I'm always telling people to be brave when it comes to choosing their new glasses. But what does that mean exactly? Well, very often it means going for a shape that you've not had before, something that's a bit different, a bit exciting, in keeping with the current trends. And often, seeing yourself in a new shape that you've not worn before can be quite daunting. So in this video, I'm going to use Chloe and Jimmy Choo as a bit of a showcase for some of the most unusual eyewear shapes out there. I'm going to be explaining why you should consider shapes which you might not have thought about in the past. And finally, I'm going to finish off the video by unboxing this new Jimmy Choo service kit which we've been given. I believe it's the first time one of these has been opened on YouTube, so I thought that might be a nice finale. So hi, I'm Robert from the Spectacle Factory. I'm an expert style consultant when it comes to helping people choose their new glasses. I even wrote a book about it, which you can download in the link below. It's called How to Choose Your Perfect Glasses. But in that book, one of the key topics that I talk about is the difficulty that you can have in choosing glasses which are different from what you're already used to. Also the fact that it does take a little bit of courage and a little bit of bravery when choosing a new pair of glasses. Whether you're a lady or a guy, this applies to you. And I know that I'm going to be particularly focusing on ladies' frames today, but I think the information in this video will be relevant to you even if you're not a lady. So I picked Chloe and Jimmy Choo for a reason. There are two most popular ladies designer brands, and it's easy to see why. Their styles are bang on trend. They meet all the requirements for styles that you want to be looking for this year. The brands themselves are quite unique compared to other designer brands that are out there. I think a lot of the designer brands are kind of boring in the styles that they bring out, whereas Chloe and Jimmy Choo are certainly a lot more adventurous. So let's get started looking at some of these shapes. So one trend that we're definitely starting to see more and more is the trend of oversized frames. And a frame like this is always going to be, or in the vast majority of cases, is going to be worn significantly bigger than somebody's face. Now, when you try a pair of glasses on, they should feel comfortable in the sense of they shouldn't be too wide from your head, and they should feel nice and neat around your ears. But that doesn't necessarily mean that when you look in the mirror, they should look in proportion or in the proportion that you're used to. When you've worn glasses which are relatively small by modern standards, it can be very difficult to see yourself in a frame like this. But don't fear, give it a bit of time, try them on in the mirror for a few times, try to keep them on for a few minutes as well and become accustomed to them. Keep looking at yourself, just act normal, rather than kind of staring yourself in the mirror and then saying, oh no, that's not for me. I see that quite a lot, and often it stops people from getting a pair of glasses that actually they look really good in. So this is the most oversized of the bunch from Chloe, but there's quite a few different frames that they do in that kind of look. You can see here as well, they've contrasted the tortoiseshell rim with gold, and gold with tortoiseshell is just really in at the moment. So that colour combination follows through to this next piece, which is actually our most popular frame from the Chloe collection. It's a hexagon style, which is pretty daring really. If you think about most of the frames that you see, they tend to either be round or rectangular or square, or any kind of combination of that. But a hexagon is quite unusual. It's kind of retro inspired. I really like it, and I think if you can be a bit bolder with your glasses, this kind of hexagon shape is really interesting. They also tend to work really well with photochromic lenses, because when they go dark in the sun, that's the same for all of these oversized styles. They tend to look fantastic as sunglasses as well. And finally, the newest release from the Fall 2020 collection is this one. And this shape is just really different. I have never seen a pair of glasses in this shape before. I think it's quite brave, and it's going to be a difficult look to see yourself in when you first try it on for sure. Even those of us who are used to unusual glasses, this is very unique. But if you want your glasses to be eye-catching, and why wouldn't you? This frame is probably the best one of the lot, because you can walk down the street 20 times, you're not going to see somebody else with glasses in this kind of shape. I particularly like how it tapers out from the bridge. You don't see that very often, and kind of is pivoted inwards. The shape is angled inwards. I think that's really interesting. And another feature that I really like is the arm here and how it swoops up. We're going to come to a Jimmy Choo pair in a moment which have the same side. Finally, if you don't want to be as ostentatious as those three frames are, there's a couple of looks here which are more easy to wear but still different and unique at the same time. So I really like this style with the shield shape. So this is taking a round frame but then squaring it off at the top edge, and I think that is just really cute, really feminine. On a more petite lady this would look fabulous. It's also got that swooping arm again. So we're definitely seeing a trend of where arms always used to be straight, we're now getting these shapes integrated into the side, and that can make a big difference. I certainly think it's a lot classier than like the more blingy, crystal decorated sides that you've seen with ladies' glasses in the past. I think it's a lot classier than that, but it's just nice design. And finally, you can't go wrong with the aviator shape. I talk about it in virtually every video that I do now. It's not just a shape for guys. In fact, it's probably more so a shape for ladies at the moment. If you're a lady looking for glasses this year, you definitely should be looking at the aviator. It's easy to pull off. It's not such a weird shape anymore. You know, last year it was new in, it was different, but now it's pretty easy to go with. Again, aviator frames should be worn wider than the face, so this one would fit wider than most ladies' faces, and don't be put off by that when you try them on. So moving over to Jimmy Choo. I see Chloe as very elegant and very feminine. I see Jimmy Choo as very, what would be the word? I don't want to be derogatory to the brand, but it's definitely more in your face, and you can see that particularly with the new Choo logo, which embellishes most of the Jimmy Choo frames from the new collection. But in terms of the shape, again, this is a shape that I personally haven't seen before. It's very like the Chloe hexagon, but it isn't like the Chloe hexagon because the rim at the top and the bottom is more conventional, but then combining that with that more angled side, I think really works very well, and this has been a very popular model in the last few months. I think this is just about as big as the biggest Chloe one. When you try these kind of styles on, you definitely will feel like they're too big, but don't be put off by that. Keep them on a little while and get accustomed to the size, and I think before long you'll actually fall in love with them. So up till now, each frame that we've been looking at is metal, and that is definitely one of the big trends of 2020. We're seeing frames now moving away from the thicker plastic rims, like I'm actually wearing today, and more towards the thinner, more minimalist frames. And I've talked a lot about that in recent videos. But if you do still prefer that bolder look, and that's fine if you do, you can still have glasses in an interesting shape. This is a bit more classic, but it's still slightly cat's eye, which is relatively current. And then combine that with the swooping arms that we just talked about. So this is Jimmy Choo's take on that swooping arm that we just referred to. And true to the brand, they've actually embellished it with glitter on the sides, just to finish it off. And the Choo logo is very subtly embossed within. So I hope that's giving you some ideas if you're a lady looking for new glasses this year. I really hope that some of the things I've talked about have given you ideas, but also encourage you to venture outside your comfort zone. I think that's really important when you choose new glasses. I've deliberately chosen the most weird frames that I can, the most unusual shapes, but there is no reason why you or anybody else watching this video can't wear any of these shapes. I firmly believe that has nothing to do with the shape of your face. Well, I take that back. It has a little bit to do with the shape of your face, but it has more to do with your personality. Now, the other thing with designer glasses like Jimmy Choo and Chloe is you do actually get better quality when you choose these kind of brands. Yes, they're not at the top end of designer manufacturing. That's reserved for some of the really exclusive brands, which again, we've featured in other videos. But they're also much better than your average pair of glasses at the same time. And just to exemplify that, here's the new Jimmy Choo Eyewear service kit, which we're going to open right now. It's always really satisfying when you tear the cling film off something like this. I genuinely have no idea what's inside. It's been sent to me. And I thought it would make quite a nice unboxing experience to do this on film. Let's have a look. Oh wow. So there's a little instruction leaflet in there. We will forget that and we'll figure our own way through this. So here are the contents of the box. You can actually see there's 3 individual boxes, and then I think this is a mat. Let's open them up one at a time and see what's inside. So that's beautiful. This is a leather mat embossed with the Jimmy Choo logo, and I gather that is a mat to put the frames on when we're working on them. Let's open the biggest box next. So this one's got the Jimmy Choo logo printed on. It's got a marble effect, which I think looks really nice actually. And yeah, in transport it's kind of been muddled up a little bit. Let's get this sorted out. So inside of here, I can see that we have got all the components that you would need to service a pair of Jimmy Choo glasses. And what I mean by that is we've got things like screws of various different sizes, so if a screw comes out of your glasses we can replace that quite easily. But we've also got nose pads. Again, not that unusual. What I really like is the fact we've got replacement springs for the hinges, so if the hinge fails in your glasses we can replace that in-house. And we've also got some Swarovski crystals in here as well, so as can sometimes happen if a Swarovski crystal falls out over time, that can be replaced. I like that. I think the addition of a service kit to complement a range of glasses is actually a really nice touch and something that I'd like to see frame designers doing more of. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe because it really helps our channel grow, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye bye.